Hello friends, and welcome back. Today I am doing a collaboration with GiftedSoul777. She is a fellow tarot reader here on YouTube, and I am so excited to be able to do this reading with her today. So, when we were talking about this collaboration, we weren't exactly sure what we wanted to do, and she suggested messages from Archangel Michael. Now, I don't typically work with archangels, but I found it intriguing to figure out what Archangel Michael represented and then do a reading about that. So I talked to a few people, read some articles, did some research, and I found out that Archangel Michael really represents strength and guidance and security. He is known as a great protector and warrior. His protection is not only for the physical needs, but for the mental and the emotional as well. Archangel Michael is quite often called upon for strength and guidance when you are feeling fear or misled, and he helps to steer you in the right direction. So for my aspect of this pick a card, I thought we would do messages about strength and guidance for what you needed to hear. GiftedSoul777 will be doing messages from Archangel Michael, so if you want to see that perspective, make sure you head on over to her channel. It will be linked in the description box as well as the top pinned comment with the timestamps. So anyways, let's get started. We have 3 piles in front of us today. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I want you to listen to your intuition as to which pile is calling for you. If you want to pause the video and meditate on the cards, it's perfectly okay. When you're ready, the timestamps will be listed in the description as well as the top pinned comment. Before we get started, I would like to ask everyone to hit that subscribe button. And if you're new to my channel, let me know something about yourself down in the comments below. I would love to get to know you better. So let's get started with pile 1. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 1 for this message about guidance and strength. So we're starting off with the 6 of Leviathans, the Stricken Tower. Those 2 cards already. The first message I got was when times get tough, focus on why you're doing this. Focus on your reason for going after what you're doing, what you're wanting to go after. Focus on why you're in the relationship. Focus on why you're in the job. What do you love about it? Focus on the positive. Focus on gratitude. Focus on the abundance in the situation. When times get tough, you can still focus on the positive to help get you through. The card of Triumph. Then we have the 2 of Airships. So again, if this is a relationship that you're wondering about, when times get tough, focus on the good things. Focus on why you're in the relationship in the first place, and focus on whether this is something that you really feel you want long term. This is something that's going to work long term. With the 2 of Airships, this is almost like a contract. You've got these 2 gentlemen coming from their 2 separate ships, and they're meeting in the middle, shaking hands, and they could stay together or they could go apart, but they are meeting in the middle here. So if you're feeling like your relationship is only one-sided, it may be time to reevaluate this. It doesn't mean that it's going to fall over. It doesn't mean that it's the end, but it may mean that there's things that you need to reevaluate, and there may be things that you may be suppressing subconsciously that really need to be focused on, that need to be discussed. Okay? With the Triumph card, this card I find is so interesting because you are in this little vessel here, but you are on, like, it's suspended on these cables, and so the only option for you, for this car, this vehicle, is to get to where it's going. There's no deviation, there's no detour, it's going exactly where it needs to go. So again, if you're feeling like things are crumbling around you, you're still going where you need to go, okay? And then we have the Navigator of Engines and the Four of Leviathans. That's interesting. This card sending out smoke signals. But then we have the Navigator of Engines, and the Navigator of Engines knows his route so well. He knows this map so well that he doesn't even need it. He could tell you a better way to get there than how these cables are aligned. He could tell you that if we actually go in a different way, you'll get to the destination easier, you'll get to the destination quicker, you'll get to the destination with more fulfillment. So I feel like these messages are really saying to trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust who you are, and trust that you know where you're going. With the smoke signals, this is about asking for help when you need it. And sometimes it takes the strongest person to know that they need to ask for help. It takes the strongest person to be willing to admit vulnerability, to be willing to admit that they might not have all the answers, okay? Sometimes you do have to admit what you don't know in order to learn and to grow and to get to where you need to go, okay? So we have the Air Dragon, which helps you rise above earthly matters, communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope, see life from a higher perspective. I'm going to put that over here with this Two of Airships and the Navigator, because it's about communication. If you know a better way to go about things, if you know that if this is a relationship, if you know that something is not working but you don't mention it, then you're just staying in that energy of what's not working. So it's communication is so important, but also communicating from an aspect of love, from hope, from inspiration. And it's not about judgment or blame. It's about these are the facts. This is what's going on. This is my feelings, and not putting the blame onto someone else. We have the Lilac Fire Dragon, transmutes through power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy, which is exactly what I was saying. It's about communicating through love to be able to get to where you want to go. So again, if you do feel like things are falling apart, like with this Tower moment, if you're feeling like you're needing to ask for help, do so from love instead of fear. Love for yourself, love for those around you, love for whatever you're doing. You know, if it's a project that you're working on, instead of admitting defeat, love yourself and love the project enough to ask for help, to ask for guidance from outside sources. Okay? And then we have the Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus. Opens you to knowledge for a new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. Yeah. Opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. It's like you have the idea of where you want to go. It's like this navigator, like he knows the route, he knows the plan, he knows where he's going. But does he always have the means to get there? Does he always have the vessel, the vehicle to get there? Sometimes he might need to ask for help, and that's okay. These people know where they're going, but in order to get the ship, they have to be able to signal and tell them that, hey, we're here and we need to get on this ship, right? Things may seem as if they're falling apart. They may seem like they're falling apart before they get better, but if you can ask for help, and if you can be inspired and encouraged to go for your dreams, even if that means asking for help, then you are on the right path. Okay? So then we have 3 numerology cards. We have Karmic Completion, we have Time Out, and we have Spiritual Partnership. There's that partnership again. We had the representation of the partnership here with the Two of Airships. And we also had, you know, the indication where I was talking about here about the Navigator of Engines. He might know where to go, but does he have the means to get there? So he might need to engage in a partnership with someone who has what he needs, right? You may know the streets, but if you don't have a vehicle, you can't drive them, right? So you take your expertise of your knowledge of how to get there with someone else's, say, mechanical knowing of what you need. We have the Six of Leviathans here. And this is about victory, so it is about getting to where you need to go. But I think it's a lot of the guidance that the cards want to give you is about trusting yourself along the way. Okay? You're going to get to where you need to get to in the end. But you have to trust yourself. You have to be willing to engage in these partnerships if you're feeling drawn to. With this timeout card, you know, this is taking a break when you need it, especially if you are feeling like you're coming from a place of fear or a place of lack. Take a break so that you can regroup and refocus. Sometimes when times get tough, you need to calm the mind so that you can approach the situation from the clearest mind, I guess is how I want to put that. Then your last three cards are affirmation cards, and I thought these would be some nice affirmations that you could take with you as you go about your day. So hopefully these will apply for strength and guidance to you. So this says, as soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, I redirect my power towards what I want. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. To begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let Spirit give me direction. All of those cards are very interesting. It's kind of like about getting out of your own way. Trust in the universe. Trust that you are going in the direction that you need to go. But there may be some connections that you need to establish. There may be some light that you need to shine. Light or some love, in another word. Instead of seeing the dark corner as something scary, you can shine love and light into the corner and illuminate what is there. And it's about getting out of your own way to allow others to help you, to allow Spirit to help you, to allow things like this reading to help you and guide you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to check out Gifted Soul's channel. The link will be down in the description box below. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 2. We're going to start with your tarot cards. So we have the Three of Airships. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever pulled this card in a reading before. The Ace of Engines. The Solaria. Okay, I want to start there. So with this Three of Airships, we've got this gentleman who's falling out of the ship, and there's people staring and, just like hoping that something's going to happen, someone's going to catch him, or hoping for a positive result with this as he's falling. This is what is typically the Three of Swords in a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And the Three of Swords can often speak of jealousy and of judgment and of heartbreak. But this card has an interesting perspective because it looks like he's falling, and I'm assuming this is the heartbreak. You know, this person is falling. But there's people up here that are concerned. There's people who are afraid. There's people who want to help. And so it's almost like, even when it seems like you're alone, when it seems like the world is crashing down around you, when it seems like you're falling, there are people who are willing to help you. There are people who love you. There are people who care about you. Okay? And then we have the Ace of Engines here. And I find this interesting because you've got the sphere in the middle with the lightning. And so often we think of things like this where the lightning is being produced by this. But is it being produced or is it being attracted? Right? So it's like it's the different side of the story, a different opinion. But in this, it's, you know, it's producing that spark, or attracting that spark, creating the spark. Whether it is creating it itself or whether it is attracting that spark to itself. But then we have the solarium. This is the sun. This is seeing the positive side, seeing the bright side. So it's like, even when times are tough, when times are hard, we have to see the bright side. We have to see the, the electricity, the magnetism, the energy of our surroundings, of ourselves, that we can attract what we want to ourselves by our actions, by our thoughts. Whether this is attracting the lightning to it or if it's producing the lightning, you are this sphere. You can be this sphere, and you can attract what you want, and you can create what you want by your actions. Okay? This card does not want to be picked up. There we go. The Four of Submersibles. Yeah. The Apprentice. There's new beginnings. Something new. And the Messenger of Leviathans. I feel like those of you who picked pile number 2 may be coming out of a dark time. And the cards do want you to focus on new beginnings, on positivity, on creating and taking the leap to go for what you want. Interesting, this person looks like they're falling, but maybe they didn't fall, maybe they took the leap. And I'm not saying this in a negative, suicidal kind of way. I'm saying it is a metaphor, taking the leap for going what you want, taking the leap into something new, taking the leap into a new adventure, a new project, a new relationship even. It's seeing this energy and seeing the guiding light here from the sun and trusting yourself and going after it. Okay? And then we have here with the Four of Submersibles. And this card is about being, this submersible is down in the depths. And he's so bored looking out at the same deep depths of the ocean that, he's tired, he's falling asleep, he doesn't want to do it anymore. But in a split moment, that could change, right? In a split moment, you could discover something new down in the deep, dark depths of the ocean. And that's also what this Messenger of Leviathans is. This is a message coming through, something that is sparking your interest. So I feel like these are both speaking really well, especially with the Solarium and with the Apprentice. I feel like the cards want you to trust the messenger, listen for the messenger, be willing to receive the messenger, right? Sometimes when things get bad, it's a leap to get out of the negativity. But then also when we are inspired by something, it's a leap to start fresh, start into the unknown. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone to reach the conclusion that you're wanting. With the Solarium and the Ace of Engines, like, I really feel a lot of positive energy around this, but I feel like you're in a hard time, and it's going to take this message that's coming. It could be a moment of inspiration, a moment when your intuition just kicks in. It could be something like if you're out of a job and it seems like there's nowhere to go but down. You could be walking down the street and you could see a sign, just a little tiny sign in a window, and that could be the opportunity that you've needed. But if you're looking down at the ground, you're not going to see the sign. So you have to be willing to receive the message. You have to be willing to see the message. And then you also have to be willing to take the leap when that message comes. Okay? Let's see. A silver dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access to untapped resources. Look into your soul. See the higher possibilities. It's literally what I was just saying. You have to be able to see the possibilities. Just be willing to see the possibilities. I feel like there will be something that will be illuminating these possibilities, this potential. Could be a potential within you, potential opportunity. Air and Fire Dragon expands your creative energies. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. So this could be about you wanting to create something, whether this is you creating your own business, whether this is you having some form of artistic endeavor, or it could also just be being a creator of your own reality, taking your thoughts and making them into tangible things, creating the life of your dreams by acting as if you already exist in them and harnessing that excitement and enthusiasm. Actually, as I'm putting that down, I was talking about this card being boredom. This card is existing in lack. But then I was comparing it to this card and being able to receive this message. This card is existing with gratitude and existing knowing that what you're lacking here is coming to you. Instead of existing in, oh, it's never coming, it's not going to happen, negative energy. Here, I know it's not here yet, but it's coming. I can't wait for it to come. I'm so happy and grateful that it's here. It's the shift of the mindset. And then we have Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Purification of the mindset. Purification and a shift out of darkness. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. Okay, let's pull your numerology cards. Spiritual career. Interesting. Maybe this is you guys finding yourself spiritually and then being able to tap into that. The cards are wanting you to go after, like we've got, illuminate your potential with higher light, expanding your creative energy, and bring purification with your dragons. And then the cards are speaking about a shining light and something coming to you, this new opportunity. If you're just getting in touch with your spirituality and you've always wanted to, say, be a life coach or something like that, it may be time to embrace that energy. Nature and moderation. Yeah, it's like spend more time in nature, connect. Maybe your happy place, maybe you feel more free, more able to communicate with yourself when you're out in nature. And, you know, it's about moderation. So it's about when you're feeling down and sad, you can feel those emotions. It's not about not feeling those emotions, but feeling them in moderation and accepting that they're there and then moving forward. Very interesting energy. I feel like the main message for you is that you do need to be willing and open to receive the message. It may mean you need to shift your perspective on something. And with this spiritual career right in the middle and then your dragons, I feel like clarity of mind, like through meditation, through shadow work, through affirmations even, may help you get there. Okay? And then your last 3 cards are some affirmation cards. And I just hope that these will help bring about some more messages of strength and guidance for you. So it says, I can do less and attract more. I trust my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become reality. That kind of sums up exactly what I was talking about. But I feel like you guys need to connect with your faith. And I don't care what religion, what spirituality, what path you're down in terms of that faith. But there's something that you need to connect with. And that will help to bring about more power to you, to the self. I don't have to fear my fear, which is exactly what this is. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about with this card. This looks like a scary moment because it's like there's no one around, there's no one that loves you, but then you've got these people here who are just hoping and praying that you're going to be okay. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. You don't have to fear neglect. You don't have to fear judgment. Exist from a place of love. So those are your messages if you picked pile number 2. Don't forget to head over to Gifted Soul's channel. Her video will be listed in the description box as well as the top pinned comment. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 3. We're going to start with your tarot cards. So you have the Brazen Head, the Cosmic Blueprint. Do you have... Okay, I thought you had all Arcana cards, all major Arcana cards. Cosmic Blueprint, Brazen Head, the Comet, and the Inventor. 4 major Arcana cards. Lots of guidance. Trusting yourself. Trusting that you can go for your dreams. And then we have the 9 of Engines and the 9 of Submersibles. You guys are stuck on something. But what are you stuck on? Okay, you guys are confusing. So we have the 9 of Submersibles. This is about finding a sunken treasure. You know, working so hard to go after your dreams and finding it, but at the same time not really knowing your worth, not knowing its worth as you're going after it, not knowing if you're ever going to find it. The 9 of Engines, this is you've been fighting for a long time. But then we've got the major Arcana cards. The Cosmic Blueprint. The Brazen Head. Comet, the inventor. It's like you don't even know what you're looking for. You're searching for a needle in a haystack without knowing what that needle even looks like. You're searching for a treasure at the bottom of the ocean, not even knowing where the ship that originally carried it went down. It's like you have these grand ideas, these grand dreams, and you spend a lot of time dreaming about it, but time is just passing you by, and you're almost feeling like it's like, why isn't it coming to me? So why isn't it coming to you? The Nine of Engines, you're it's like you're trying really hard to go after your dreams, but it's almost like you're searching in the wrong spot. It's not that your dreams and your aspirations and your hopes are not coming for you. You're just on the wrong path. We have the rose pink dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Fire and water dragon. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. And then we have the blue dragon from Pleiades. Prepares you to accept source healing. Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart healing. Oh, I think I get it. You guys know what you want. And you know what you need to do to get it. But you're hesitant to ask for help. You're hesitant to ask for guidance. There are people in this world. There are, sources of love and support and empowerment and encouragement. But you're just like, nope, I'm going to do it all myself. I'm not getting anyone's help. I'm doing it all by myself. Because if something goes wrong, then you can only blame yourself. But then if things go right, you can also claim it all for yourself. But I feel like the cards are telling you that it's not something to do by yourself. Even here we have the fire and water dragon. It's not about doing it. Those are two kind of conflicting elements, right? But they've come together and enables your life to flow with loving force, to flow. And this is when you can expect the unexpected. So it's almost like you need to say yes to something that you've been saying no to. With this Nine of Submersibles here, I'm almost feeling like someone or something has offered you a map. Not a literal map. Maybe for some of you it is a literal map. But someone has offered you a map. Someone has offered you a blueprint to be able to get to your dreams. But because you don't want to accept their help for whatever reason, be it jealousy, be it ego, you might even feel like you can't, you're down in the depths here, you're already involved, you can't open your door to let them in. And if you go to the surface to let them in, then you've wasted all this time. But if they have the answers you need, if they have the information you need, if they have the ability, even the connection perhaps, if they have this thing that you need, then taking a break and going up to the surface, right, may actually be quicker than you trying to continue to fight for it all by yourself. it's almost like you're going to get to where you want to go in the end. But if you keep fighting, I'm really feeling like this is from a place of ego. If you keep fighting from this place of ego, or you have to do it yourself, whether this is because you're afraid that someone else is going to mess it up, or you're afraid someone else is going to take your credit, or what, there's a lot of fear around this. And I feel like you need to let go of that fear to prepare your heart to connect with this love. Love of the universe, love from someone else. And I feel like this journey to be willing to accept love, to be able to accept help, will be one that is very healing for you. But I almost wonder if you need to start with the healing before the love will even come in. You keep saying no to all opportunities. Or, alternatively, you say yes to opportunities even though you know that they're not in the right direction, they're not in alignment with where you're going. For some reason, I just thought of, you accept a job in a field that you're not even wanting to work with. You're like, well, it's a job, so I'm going to accept it. But then you're shutting down the opportunity for the position that you wanted, the position that you applied for and have been working hard to get. It's like by accepting this other job. And it's not even like you can accept it and then expect other things to come too. But instead it's like you're accepting the job and closing off all opportunities. Individuality. Patience. Manifestation. Okay, you guys are, look at the colors there too. You guys are powerful manifestors. But it's like you're stubborn in your manifestation. It's like when someone says, well, I'm going to manifest this for 5 years from now, and they're so dead set on it coming 5 years from now. But what they don't realize is if they had not put a time limit on it, they might have had it 5 minutes from now, 5 months from now. Like, I'm going to win the lottery 5 months or 5 years from now. And the universe is like, oh, well, that's a shame because I was gonna let you win it in 5 hours when they announced the winning lottery ticket. That was going to be yours, but now you're saying 5 years? So now you get to wait 5 years. With the card of individuality, I feel like the most important message I'm getting from this is that asking for help and bringing other people into your team, bringing other people into your world, does not give up your individuality. It does not make who you are any less of a person. Even by committing to a relationship, yes, you may be someone's partner now, but that doesn't mean that you as an individual is any less. And with this patience card, I mean, I did give the example of 5 years, what the universe was going to give it to you in 5 hours. But I feel like you guys are not patient. It's not about getting it in 5 hours versus 5 years, but it's about being patient for whenever the universe is willing to deliver your manifestation. And again, if you're seeing all these signs that, someone, if only you could go up to the surface and get this help, and then they could, help guide you in the right direction. That's being patient. And what you don't realize is that patience in the moment could bring your manifestation, could bring your conclusion a lot quicker. So now we're going to go on to some affirmation cards, and I hope these affirmation cards will bring you some strength and more guidance. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately towards the highest good. Yeah. The universe is here to support you and to guide you. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love, which is exactly what this card was saying. It is, your manifestation will come when you can manifest from a place of love. But I feel like you guys are really focused on fear right now. Fear and not getting it. True manifestations are powered by service and love. By actions and love, by the steps that you take to reach your goals, and your attitude you have as you're going after your goals. If you picked group number 3, I feel like your message is to try your hardest to shift out of this fear. Fear, I feel, really has a hold on those who picked pile number 3. And a lot of that fear has to deal with your identity and how you see yourself. And you're afraid that if you ask for help, or if you detour from where you are, that you're sacrificing your individuality. But that's not true. You are who you are. Whether you've got someone helping you, whether you change, you can change your story and still be who you are. You can change the way that you talk to yourself. You can change the way that you describe yourself to others, but you are still you. No one is going to take you away from you. Okay? So those are your messages if you picked pile number 3. Don't forget to check out Gifted Souls reading from Archangel Michael. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye.